आपको तो नहीं गर्मी लग रही? नहीं लग रही आप? Yes, please come, Vijeta.
Thank you so much.
Please
Good
sit
evening,
down.
sir.
Good evening. Please sit down, Vijeta.
Thank you so much, sir.
So, Vijeta, let's begin with your brief introduction.
Yes, sir, surely. Thank you for the opportunity. I'm Vijeta Hosamani. I come from Vijaypura district of Karnataka. I've done my schooling from Vijaypura and Bagalkot districts of Karnataka. Thereafter, I have graduated in law from Gujarat National Law University. Apart from academics, sir, I find solace and inspiration in watching biographical movies. I like spending time with my pet cats and taking care of community animals. I tend to practice reflective journaling regularly, sir.
Good. So, Vijeta, you are from Karnataka. Karnataka has had one terror attack. Was it a terror attack?
Uh, Sir, I believe currently it can be called a terror attack, and IED blast has happened in a cafe in Whitefield in Karnataka, sir. Other than that, sir, there is also news that the Chief Minister has received threats that there will be more bomb blasts in Bengaluru.
So, who is investigating it now?
Sir, currently the NIA is investigating the matter, sir.
So, in what situations does NIA investigate?
Sir, NIA investigates in matter which concern the national security per se and terrorism. It is the
So in this case, were they supposed to take permission from the state before starting the investigation, or in terrorist matters they need not take the permission?
sir. I will have to look into this.
Doesn't matter.
Sorry.
But what about CBI? If CBI has to investigate, then what is the law?
Sir, some states have given general acceptance to CBI to conduct investigations on their own, and in some other states, the state has to grant specific consent in
Very
some
good.
cases.
So you're a law student, right?
Yes, sir.
Now, in the new criminal laws, what are the positive reforms which will improve the criminal justice system in India? And what are some of the provisions which have a question mark, some doubtful?
So, firstly, talking about the positives in the new criminal act, sir, we can see that a more humane approach has been taken by inclusion of a sixth form of punishment, which is community service. And sir, speedy trial is given emphasis, whereby timeline has been given to when an investigation has to be completed, when a judgment has to be announced, that is within the 30 days of completion of trial. We also see that some offenses like sedition were removed, and we are seeing that a new offense of terrorism is created. And so with regard to the criminal procedure also, there are some positive changes. So we are seeing that trial in absentia is started now. There are an institution of e-FIRs and zero FIRs. We are
What is
also
a zero FIR?
yes, sir. So a zero FIR is when you can lodge an FIR in any police station, regardless of under which jurisdiction the crime comes under.
And what are the negatives or maybe doubtful provisions which may be difficult to implement?
So coming to the challenging or negative aspects, sir, one of the negative aspect is that even now some sexual offences are not made gender neutral, even though that was a recommendation, sir. So the offence of rape is still gender specific, and we are seeing that in cases of non-consensual sexual acts on male, there is still no provision in the current BNS, sir.
My next question, Vijeta, is this Uniform Civil Code. You being a law student, you think it will pass the test of law if it comes for a judicial review before the Supreme Court?
Sir, I think that it might pass the test of law, sir. Given that, firstly, while passing the UCC, in the case of Uttarakhand UCC, sir, it was passed after thorough following of the procedure whereby the consent of the president was taken as it comes under the concurrent list, and it was in conflict with some other central acts. Secondly, sir, given that UCC is mandated as a directive principle of state policy under Article 44, so it enshrines a duty on the states to eventually start an UCC. And also, sir, safeguards were taken in the UCC also, because there are provisions for customs.
What about live-in registration? Supreme Court has heard this issue before.
Yes, sir.
And it has taken some decision also.
Yes,
What was it?
Sir, in the case of live-in relationships, while the Supreme Court has said that it has given legal sanction to the live-in relationships, and also said that children born out of live-in relationships can be considered legitimate, and even women under the live-in relationships can lodge complaints under the Domestic Violence Act, sir. However, in the present UCC, sir, mandatory registration of the live-in relationships, and also there's a penalty imposed if you do not register within 1 month of being in a live-in relationships. These are possibly ambiguous areas where it can be challenged, sir.
Thank you, Vijeta.
Thank you, sir.
Vijeta,
Yes, sir.
continuing with the law,
Yes, sir.
why this law of torts are not so prevalent in India?
So the law of torts are not codified, and they grow as through legal precedents, sir. And in India, we are seeing that some law of torts are already covered under specific legislations, like in the IPC, in the case of nuisance or defamation, sir. So even today, we are following primarily the judicial decisions of the UK for the law of torts. However, there is also development in law of torts, especially in environmental fields, sir. So the absolute liability doctrine was propounded in India, which is one level higher.
But in common arena, like in restaurant doing something, or in some traffic, or I mean the common things, which is so much. I mean, we hear a lot of news about law of torts being in the court in Western countries, but in India we don't find such thing, no, too much.
Sir, I believe that we resort more to specific legislation. So even in civil liabilities, we look into consumer cases, sir, and competition matters. And for civil liabilities, we go into the contracts rather than law of torts, sir. I think over-reliance on statute is one of the reasons.
Vijeta, as a district collector,
Yes, sir.
how will you improve the legal awareness among citizens of your district? What few things you will do? Because citizens need to be legally aware.
So primarily, I would ensure that more legal awareness camps are being conducted by the district legal service authorities. And among this, sir, especially with regard to legal literacy among the population, I would ensure that the marginalized who do not have access to legal literacy should be prioritized, sir. So the legal rights of women, migrant workers should be primary focus area. And the institution of Lok Adalats should also be implemented with more vigor, sir. And other than that, sir, legal aid advocates, I think they should be given more incentive with regard to recognition or appreciation awards, so that they perform their cases with more diligence and professional ethics.
Vijeta, we find very less female judges also. In India, we don't have much of the female judges. What could be some reasons? Why? Because the advocates are there, so many advocates, and exams are also there, but very, very few female judges are there. Why? What are the reasons?
So, primarily in the judiciary, sir, we are seeing that the number of female judges in the district courts is slightly better than when compared to in the high courts and the Supreme Courts. And this is also because in the high courts and Supreme Courts, the judges are generally selected from those practicing and from the bar. And litigation as a field is more male dominated, and also because, sir, as Justice P.V. Nagaratnam had also said that behind a successful man there is a woman, but behind a successful woman there is a family. So, sir, I believe family support for a practicing advocate, a female advocate, is very essential, and due to lack of that, we are seeing less number of judges in the bar and also in the bench, sir.
Litigation being the main foray of male advocates, actually. Vijeta, do you think that the states, Indian states, generally they have a parochial attitude? I mean, I am not saying an absolute term, but in generally you see a parochial attitude among states, many states, you know. Do you think, I mean, is it a correct statement?
Sir, I believe, sir, so in some cases, sir, so they have a narrow perspective and in terms of a parochial attitude, but it can't be made a general statement.
I'm not making it
yes, sir.
general. So in few cases, suppose it's a parochial attitude. Why it is so? What are some apprehensions? What are some apprehensions of the states?
So some of the apprehensions are that, so in Indian Federation, states are not indestructible, and the boundaries of the states can also be changed by the center.
Yes.
So while we are strong federation, but there's also concerns that we are quasi-federal state, and there is a centralizing tendency. So in some cases, like in the present case of some southern states claiming that they are not being given equitable distribution of taxes, that is one issue, sir. And in terms of interstate competition also, while some states have performed better with regard to demographic and population control, they are feeling that it would subsequently reduce their political representation also with the delimitation. And because of the geography also, sir, and how some states are endowed with more resources, and issues like water sharing also come into the pictures.
Okay. My last question, Vijeta, is about your biographical movies on triumph over adversity.
Yes, sir.
Which movie did you see last?
So the last movie is 12th Fail, which is
12th
quite
Fail.
popular among aspirants. Yes, sir.
Or 12th Fail.
Yes, sir.
So what did you learn from that movie?
Some things that I learned from the movie, sir, are firstly that you have to restart in life after every failure. You have to maintain the same enthusiasm. That is how you will succeed. And secondly, sir, also the concept of friendships. While you may not have succeeded in your aim, you should support and extend all help that you can to someone else in need. Thirdly, sir, you have to learn to keep your personal problems aside and focus on the goal in hand to achieve success.
Thank you, Vijeta.
Thank you, sir.
Vijeta, you are fond of caring for community animals.
Yes, sir.
Community animals, the dog, I think, is the most common community animal. Or
Stray cats and dogs.
stray cats
Yes.
and dog. Yeah, okay. Now, when you say caring, means feeding also is included.
Yes, sir. That's one aspect of it.
But now in Delhi and NCR region, feeding of stray dogs is now being regulated by municipal corporations, etc. So how to now, while caring for stray dogs, but let us
sir.
talk of stray dogs. How this problem of stray dogs can be handled?
Yes, sir.
Feeding, of course, it promotes basically localization of dogs.
Yes, sir.
They try to, once they get secured meals in a particular locality, their concentration will be there.
Yes, sir.
So how to manage this?
Yes, sir. So while there is a dilemma, sir, we our civilizational ethos say that we have to look after all animals also. They are also inheritors of the earth. However, there are some problems in our interaction with stray animals, especially dogs, who tend to have a pack behavior. So as a pack, they tend to protect their puppies. So by the animal birth control rules, sir, if we trap, neuter and release these dogs, we can ensure that their aggressive behavior is reduced. And secondly, sir, with regard to the feeding of dogs, as has been highlighted by various High Court judgments also, there has to be a designated place which is far away from where children and elderly frequent. And they should be fed only in that locality so that they associate that territory to where they reside.
Do you think that shifting stray dogs to some shelter homes in some distant place is a good idea of management of stray dogs?
Sir, I do not think that would be a good idea. Firstly, it would cause a lot of financial strain also on the administration. Secondly, sir, these are...
Anything relating to dogs' behavior?
Yes, sir, these are territorial animals, and if you shift them to another area, they would be aggressive and there'd be infighting among dogs.
Right. Now, Honorable Chief Justice of India made a statement about a month back that the one way of checking this delay in justice, judicial delivery of justice, is to put a time limit on oral evidence. Are you aware of that statement?
So, not this particular statement.
Okay, no problem. Now, tell me a few judgments of Honorable Supreme Court in recent times where rule of law has been strengthened in India?
So, some of the judgments that come to my mind are firstly the electoral bonds case, sir.
That is one. Tell me
That
what,
is
two more.
okay.
I'm talking about past 2 months' time, starting
sir.
from 2 days back.
Right, sir. So, another case is the quashing of case under UAPA to DU professor, sir. The judgment came
Okay.
recently. Along with that, sir, the upholding the abrogation of Article 370. That was another such, sir. It would ensure integration of J&K with India.
Mhm.
Um,
Anyway, no
yes.
problem. Now tell me, what is the role of India in shaping the new world order, where government of India diplomatically is playing its role in shaping the new world order?
Sir, in shaping the new global order, India is asserting its role as a Vishwaguru and ensuring that our diplomatic skills will ensure that rules-based order in international relations is maintained. So it can be seen in our coming up as a leader in the global south, sir. We are also in the realm of law of the law of the sea. We are ensuring that free and open movement is maintained. So we are countering China's.
Good. Thank you, Vijay.
Yes, sir.
Over to madam.
Vijeta, we came across a very sad case where a Spanish tourist was gang raped by 7 people in Jharkhand.
Yes, ma'am.
So, what is the provision in new criminal law to deal with such heinous crime?
Ma'am, in the new criminal law, to deal with heinous crimes of sexual assault against women, the punishment is made more stringent and death penalty is imposed if the rape is committed to a woman younger than 18 years of age. And in that, we are also seeing that
Are you sure death sentence is a provision for death sentence is there in case of gang rape cases and all?
Ma'am, if the victim is less than 18 years of age, then it is given, ma'am, in the new BNS as per my understanding.
No, the case has to be handled on the basis of POSCO as a POSCO case. So, is POSCO prescribe death penalty?
Ma'am, I will have to check into that, but
You have
this
to
is,
check into
yes,
that.
ma'am.
Vijeta, Women Reservation Bill, it is on hold for some time,
Yes,
right? What is the reason, and do you think there should be reservation for women in civil services?
Ma'am, the reason for it being put on hold is that in order to implement it, we would have to designate constituencies which would be reserved. And for that, the delimitation commission, which would be set up, has to have deliberations and consultations. That is why the time period is mentioned that it would be held after the delimitation exercise, ma'am. With regard to reservation in the civil services, ma'am, I believe that in civil services, it might not be required because the process itself is based on merit and the process is transparent. And also we are seeing that in the civil services, while applying, there is concession of fees for women candidates. And women candidates are encouraged to apply as per the notification of the exam itself, ma'am. So I think that in civil services, it may not be required. However, we can ensure that female candidates can be given more training for the preparation of the exams.
Vijeta, you have spoken about constitutional law also, right? There is a debate going on regarding preamble of the constitution. What is the debate about, and what exactly is the issue?
Yes, ma'am. I believe the debate is about the inclusion of the words secular and socialist in the preamble, ma'am. These were inserted by the 42nd Constitutional Amendment Act. And the issue is, ma'am, that even before the insertion of these words, Indian constitution had secularism and socialism, socialist principles as basic features. So the exercise of inserting them can be perceived as mere optics, ma'am. I believe one of the concerns is that. But ma'am, as it has been noted down in various judgments, whether or not these words are included, the basic features as enshrined in the Keshavananda Bharati case ensure that we are a secular, democratic, socialist republic.
Vijeta, you are from Karnataka.
Yes.
Bengaluru is seeing a huge water crisis, so much so that yesterday where it was mentioned that guests who go for attending some function should carry their own plates.
Yes.
What is the reason of this crisis and what measures are being taken by the government to deal with this situation?
Yes, ma'am. The present crisis is largely due to the failure of the southwest monsoon in 2023, ma'am. In Bengaluru, more than two-thirds of the water requirements of Bengaluru are met by the surface waters of the Kaveri, and the failure of southwest monsoon led to a crisis and shortage of water. Secondly, ma'am, because of increasing urbanization in Bengaluru, the groundwater level has gone down, and a lot of bore wells are now coming up dry, ma'am. So this led to, because of lower level of water in several reservoirs in Bengaluru, the problem right now has escalated to an extent that there is no water in several bore wells. And the measures that the government is taking up is several, ma'am. Firstly, they are digging up new bore wells in 58 areas across Bengaluru. Secondly, ma'am, in order to ensure that the water tankers who are now charging exorbitant amount of money should be curbed. So the municipality there is ensuring that they register with the municipality, ma'am.
Vijeta, our relationship with Maldives seems to have really gone down. We are trying our level best, we are providing them assistance also. But Maldivian president made a statement today. What did he say and what did he mean by that?
Ma'am, I believe the statement was that Indian personnel, be it in uniform or otherwise, would not be in Maldives. So as we had replaced our troops and we had sent civil personnel there to handle our the lightweight the vehicle defense vehicle equipment that we had sent to Maldives. So the statement was that even those they would be removed from Maldives by, I think, in May of this year, ma'am. And in order to increase our diplomatic ties with Maldives, we should continue our ongoing engagement with Maldives and our assistance and relief to Maldives, ma'am. So even recently, we participated in a trilateral with Maldives and Sri Lanka.
Yeah. Vijeta, my last question, why do you want to get into civil services?
Ma'am, growing up, my grandparents and parents taught me by example that I should always strive to be of help to others in whatever capacity. So while I pursued law because of my interest in the field, ma'am, I realized that civil services gives me the opportunity to be of service on a more diverse ambit and scale. And that is why I want to pursue civil services, ma'am.
Thank you, Vijeta.
Thank you.
Vijeta, anything from your DAF which may have been left uncovered? If yes, I can ask one last question.
Sir, I believe that with regard to my stay in Gujarat and Karnataka, questions were now.
All right. So, what difference you see in the development of regional development of Gujarat compared with Karnataka?
So with regard to regional development, I think that, sir, in Gujarat, there is more balanced regional development and more emphasis is put on planned urbanization and industrial clusters are being developed in various places in Gujarat. Whereas, sir, in Karnataka, I think that we can learn from Gujarat in this aspect because there is regional imbalance when we see North Karnataka and South Karnataka, sir. And heavy urbanization is seen only surrounding Bengaluru mainly, sir.
So, thank you, Vijeta. We are over with the interview. You will be called again after a few minutes.
Yes, sir.
Meanwhile, you can wait in the adjoining room.
Yes, sir, surely. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Vijeta, how did you perform today?
Sir, I think I did well, sir.
Yes.
There's still scope for improvement in some areas.
There's always a problem. Any specific thing which you may have noted in your own assessment?
Sir, with regard to articulation and structuring of my arguments or talks, I need to improve, sir. And in some cases, I think I tend to talk too long and I'm diluting.
So good. Vijeta, I would comment on these 2 points, but panel has found you a very good candidate. Very bright.
Thank you, sir.
And we rate you as one in the almost the top slot.
Thank you, sir.
That is one. And you're good in all spheres. good personality, pleasing. You were in good communication, good conversation. Uh, your delivery was also very conversation style, and you were confident and balanced all through, comfortable also. The ease with which you answered questions, that was also appreciable. Coming to the content and coming to your point, uh, you need to reduce the length of your answers.
Yes, sir.
It was seen in almost all the questions. And the reason, Vijeta, is that you know a lot on each topic. So it becomes a challenge where to stop. But there are a few instances where you went into a direction which was not part of the course. I will refer to one of the last or maybe sub last question about Maldives.
Yes, sir.
The question was, what has happened? What does it mean? What is the Maldivian president conveying? So your first aspect answer was good. The second part you went on to what is India doing with Maldives? That was not part of the question. That was not the question.
Yes, sir.
That is how it becomes lengthy.
I have to listen more carefully.
So you should stop till the whatever is the. It happened in one or two more questions, but I did not record that much. Even the Bangalore water crisis, you made it very late. You came to tankers, and why are you saying, unless you are asked what is government doing about it? That is a later stage.
Yes, sir.
I don't think that was part of your question. What government doing?
What measures are being taken
Are being taken. All right. So that is okay. But even then, the whole length, it could be more. It could have been more structured. So Bangalore is facing a water crisis because of poor south-west monsoons. Okay.
Right.
And the source of supply is this. Government is trying to make efforts. Even Deputy CM has said, even I don't have water in my house. So that means the government is well aware of the things. And then you can serve the efforts made by government are one, this, second,
Okay.
and third.
Okay.
Structure it, don't make it narrational.
Okay, sir.
So
I'll work
that
on
is, I am commented on your length part.
Yes.
The second thing, of course, is your structuring, which also I have mentioned to you. So, thirdly, little bit about how you introduce your grandparents in your overall decision of getting into or maybe trying for civil service. That's not required. Don't get personal, don't get emotional.
Okay. Yes.
Your second part was good, but it would have been very short. Reframe your answer.
Okay.
Where it begins with, sir, I find the diverse challenges and opportunities in the civil services very attractive.
Okay.
Right?
Yes.
My it is the best platform for public services. I am also looking for a better career prospects and career satisfaction, because I would be reaching out to a large section of people, through this career.
Yes.
I'm just giving you some of the hints. You
Yes,
can
sir.
develop and
Yes.
make it more crisp or whatever.
Yes, sir.
That's okay. My grandfather, I'm fulfilling her dream or his dream. Okay.
Okay. Yes, sir.
Everyone, it's a common denominator. सभी के ही पेरेंट्स जो है ना मोटिवेट
sir.
करते हैं. हम लोग एकदम से नहीं वो हो जाते कि पैदा होते ही we have become.
Yes,
So that can be avoided.
Yes, sir.
Okay. That's all from my side. Let's hear other members.
sir. Thank you, sir.
Vijeta, in fact, nothing more to add. You are a very good candidate. Overall, you are a very, very good candidate. You will do very well in the interview, and you have done full justice to the questions I asked you. You have explained them a bit lengthy, yes. You are a
Yes.
bit lengthy. Be short and concise and crisp
I'll
in
work
answer.
on that, sir.
Look on that. You are a very good candidate overall. So keep on reading your papers, newspapers, and your optionals,
Yes,
etc.
sir. I'll do
So
that.
do
sir.
that. You will do very well.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, all the best.
Thank you, sir.
I think same here, Vijeta. You have a very pleasing personality, good communication skills, confident. You are looking relaxed, balanced. Just brush up current affairs,
Yes, sir. I'll do that, sir.
I think that is all from my side. All the best.
Thank you, sir.
Vijeta, very interesting and pleasing personality you are, and you have done full justice, great justice to the questions I asked. But one point I want to tell you, whosoever asks any question, you listen to the question carefully and just give reply to that part only.
Yes.
Honorable Chairman has already told you on Maldives. I never asked you whether there should be change in our policy towards Maldives. You on your own started saying.
Yes.
Now this apart, criminal law,
Yes.
at least 5 times in your DAF criminal law
Yes,
word
ma'am.
has come.
Yes.
So you have to be 100% sure. You can't afford to be factually wrong.
Yes.
We just read it. It says in the case of gang rape, 20 years imprisonment.
Okay.
If
Yes.
a girl is less than 18, woman is less than 18 years of age, then POSCO will apply and it will lead to even death sentence. So you cannot afford to be wrong.
Okay.
And there can be any number of questions. What are the challenges in implementing new criminal laws?
Yes, ma'am.
The training is going on. There are so many challenges. Is it implementable in time-bound manner? You have to be very sure about all the answer.
I'll research further.
Yeah, please do that. Constitutional law, you gave a very good answer, Keshwanand Bharti case and all that. But criminal law, you have to be very sure.
Yes,
Okay?
I'll work on
And
that.
you are capable of doing extremely well. And I wish you all the best.
Thank you, ma'am.
So, Vijeta, any questions?
Sir, just had one question, sir.
Please.
I have been trying to shorten my talking. However, I'm finding that it takes more time for me to structure it well. So,
So, Vijeta,
In-
your interview is on 22nd March.
yes, sir.
We can help you there. You see, you are already good in retrieving the knowledge part. That's not a problem with you.
Yes, sir.
We generally suggest this to those people who are not able to कि सब आता था लेकिन उस समय याद नहीं आया. You don't have that problem. Now, what I'll suggest is the same thing as strategy. You prepare lists of questions. Suppose you start with the same questions that we
Okay,
asked.
yes.
We so see the video
Yes.
to begin with,
Yes, sir.
and you prepare answers yourself. Sit down on your table, prepare your answers, and make them more authentic, correct.
Yes,
You know,
sir.
and list only 5 points, 4 points, 2 lines, 3 lines, 4 lines. If it is narrational, restrict it to 5 lines or 4 lines. If it is point, then maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay.
Now, and then your views. What are your views, Vijeta, on this particular? So there are 3 columns: questions, your best answers,
Okay.
but short answers,
Yes, sir.
structured answers, and your views, again very small and structured. Now, if you prepare at least, suppose let's begin with our interview. Suppose there were 25 questions. You have made 25 questions, 25 answers. Not the answers that you gave today.
Okay.
The
Yes, sir.
answers which should ideally be
Yes, sir.
short and concise and to the point.
Yes, sir.
And taking out the best point first and
Yes.
stopping somewhere.
Okay.
Right?
So
and
I'll
then
do
use.
this exercise.
Now, to start with, you start practicing this. Once you practice this, you will become habitual of making short answers.
Right.
Then
sir.
you can attend any number of questions which are asked on the spot.
Yes, sir.
Or maybe you can enlarge the number of questions from 25 of this interview to some more questions which you were asked in another mock. Maybe imaginary questions.
Yes, sir.
What you could be asked on law, what you could be asked on Karnataka.
Yes, sir.
Try that.
Yes, sir.
It
I'll
may
do
work.
that. Yes, sir. Thank you,
So, Vijeta, we have given you, and we are wondering why you are still in your 4th attempt.
sir. Sir, in the first 3 attempts,
Is this your first means?
yes, sir.
Very. So, Vijeta, I wanted to hear that. You have a very bright chance. You have never been tested for your main exam.
Sir.
The moment you were tested, you got into the next stage. That means you are good in your means, and that you must have done your means well. And this interview will pull you up. As I had mentioned initially, that you are one of the best in the 5%, 3, 4, 4% bracket.
So,
So you will pull up, maybe get some more extra marks than other people. So work on it. You are doing very well. And if you are as impressive as you are today, you will certainly be in and at a good position.
thank you so much, sir. This is giving me more
No,
boost to my morale to prepare further.
because see, you should think that you are doing it for the first time. Forget three prelims failures. Even otherwise, they don't matter.
Yes, sir.
So now it's a first time case with you.
Yes,
So
sir.
have confidence in you. Ki this is the straight away. I've got an opportunity to sit in the mains and now in the interview.
Yes, sir.
All right. All the best.
Thank you, sir.
Vijeta, you will take somebody's help in tying the sari.
Yes, ma'am. I'll take the help
Please,
of my
please
friend.
take that. And you will be wearing a cotton sari.
Yes, ma'am.
Then you have to take great care. You know, it should not be too crispy, because then it's a tendency
Yeah.
for the sari to go up.
Yes, ma'am.
Take somebody's help.
Take
It should look
someone's-
nice, and wear nice shoes also.
Yes, ma'am.
Nice shoes. Wear the shoes first, then wear the sari.
Okay. Yes, ma'am.
If you wear the shoes later on, then again it will go up.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Keep that in mind.
Just keep it in mind.
I'm planning to wear a sari of the same color.
No, it's good. There is no harm. There is no problem with the sari. The only thing is tying has to be done properly with the proper shoes.
Okay.
Right?
Would it be a problem if I keep wearing the bindi that I'm wearing?
You're looking very nice the way you are.
Thank you, ma'am.
Keep it up.